The 2024 Ballon d'Or is up for grabs, and Kylian Mbappé is in the crosshairs. Erling Haaland's explosive form and Rodri's brilliance for club and country threaten to derail Mbappe's ambitions. Can the French sensation overcome the rising challenges? Just when we thought football would never find a successor to Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, the universe gave us, in 2016, a skinny, 16-year-old French teenager with the pace of Barry Allen and the efficiency of 1,000 minions. Kylian Mbappé, ladies and gentlemen, is a true Destiny child. This guy's a phenom. He's the second youngest Ballon d'Or nominee ever, and it's no accident. Since bursting onto the scene, Mbappe's been on fire. World Cup winner at 18, multiple League One titles, and another World Cup final appearance. But here's the thing, Mbappe's still got some major goals to check off his list. He wants that Champions League title, and of course, the Ballon d'Or. He's already solidified his status as a generation-defining talent, but Messi has consistently edged him out. 2023 was a breakthrough year for Mbappé as he finally reached the podium. So, will 2024 be his year to shine? Mbappe's absolutely dominated in his last season at PSG. He scored an insane 43 goals, which was his most productive year ever for the club. He finished the season winning his 6th League One title with the club, netting 27 goals and providing 7 assists in League One. He also made a huge impact in the Champions League, scoring 8 goals. One of his most memorable performances was a hat-trick against Reims that put PSG at the top of the league. He also scored a clutch penalty in the dying minutes of a game against Newcastle to keep PSG alive in the Champions League. And if that wasn't enough, he became the all-time top goal scorer at the Parc des Princes, surpassing Edinson Cavani's record. The Frenchman also scored twice in a 4-1 win over Barcelona to help PSG reach the Champions League semi-finals. PSG's Champions League journey came to a disappointing end against Dortmund, and unfortunately, Mbappé couldn't find the back of the net. This was a major blow to his Ballon d'Or hopes, as winning the Champions League and scoring goals is almost a guaranteed path to winning the prestigious award. With the Champions League out of the picture, Mbappe's last chance for a Ballon d'Or push was the 2024 Euros. While he's had success at the World Cup, the Euros have become Mbappe's Achilles heel. He struggled to score in his first Euros and only managed 1 goal from the penalty spot in the 2024 edition. France's elimination in the Euro semi-finals dashed Mbappe's hopes of winning one of the 2 most prestigious trophies in a season, and most likely put his Ballon d'Or chance out of the picture. Players like Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham make strong cases for the Ballon d'Or with their Champions League wins. And of course, there's Rodri, who got voted MVP at the Euros, which he won with Spain. The question now is, can Rodri pull off the unthinkable and become Spain's 2nd ever Ballon d'Or winner? Did you know? The last defensive midfielder to win the Ballon d'Or was Matthias Sammer back in 1996, and the last Spaniard to win it, that was way back in 1960, when a certain Luis Suarez, who played for clubs like Barcelona and Inter Milan, took home the prize. Rodri is aiming to break both of these long-standing records with his Ballon d'Or nomination. It's no secret that attackers are usually favoured for the Ballon d'Or, so it's tough for midfielders and defenders to get a look in. But Rodri is a special case. He's arguably the best midfielder in the world right now, and he's been a key player for Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. He's incredibly consistent, rarely has a bad game, and he's contributed in both defence and attack. Rodri hasn't always gotten the recognition he deserves though. Even Guardiola didn't fully appreciate him at first, leaving him on the bench for the Champions League final loss to Chelsea a few years ago. But times have changed. He won the treble with City, scoring the winning goal in the Champions League final, which was a perfect way to make up for being benched in the past. Unfortunately, Haaland's incredible goal-scoring record overshadowed Rodri's contributions, so he didn't even finish as the highest-ranked City player. The Spanish midfielder's achievements with Man City towards the tail end of 23 don't count towards the 23-24 Ballon d'Or, which is based on performances in that specific season and the summer tournaments. But that's not a big deal, because he was even better this past season. Rodri went an entire Premier League season without losing a single game. All 3 of City's losses came when he was suspended. The last time he lost a league match was way back in February 2023. The 28-year-old now has the record of the longest unbeaten streak in European football history, with 74 games, surpassing Paolo Maldini and Demetrio Albertini's record of 73 games at AC Milan. His winning streak continued into the Champions League last season, as City didn't lose a single game. They were eventually knocked out by Real Madrid in the quarter-finals on penalties after 2 draws. The only match Rodri lost all season was the FA Cup final against Manchester United, which ended the 74 games in all competitions streak. Rodri isn't known for scoring goals, but he still managed to score 8 times in the league's last season. He also set up 9 goals, which means he was involved in a total of 17 goals. That's more than Bernardo Silva or Kevin De Bruyne. In fact, Rodri was the 21st biggest contributor to goals in the entire Premier League. And remember, he's a defensive midfielder, and yet he can do it all: score, assist, defend, and most importantly, control the game. Winning the Ballon d'Or is a tough challenge, especially with an attacker like Mbappé in the running, but there's no doubt that Rodri would be a worthy winner if he gets chosen. If a defensive midfielder can't stop Mbappé though, an attacker is definitely a threat, and Erling Haaland is one of the biggest threats out there. He burst onto the scene by scoring 9 goals in one match at the Under-20 World Cup in 2019. He continued his amazing scoring form at Salzburg, Dortmund, and now Manchester City. The big man was a strong contender for the Ballon d'Or 2 seasons ago, setting all kinds of records and winning the treble with City. Just when some doubters said he couldn't do it in the Premier League, he has now become the fastest player to score 2, 3, 4, and 5 hat-tricks. And also, he's the first player in league history to score hat-tricks in 3 consecutive home games. Did I mention, he's currently the player with the most goals in a Premier League season? Haaland was on another level in 2023. He won the Premier League Golden Boot, the European Golden Shoe, and the Gerd Müller Trophy in 2023. He's an absolute beast, and it took Messi winning the World Cup to snatch the Ballon d'Or away from him. Injuries may have slowed Erling Haaland down a bit in the last season, but that didn't stop him from being an absolute beast. He broke Ronaldo's record for the fastest player to reach 100 league goals in Europe's top 5 leagues, doing it in just 103 appearances. At some point, it felt like every Haaland goal was a new record. He finished the season with an incredible 38 goals and 5 assists, and he won his 2nd Premier League title and Golden Boot. Unfortunately, City was knocked out by Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-finals. The funny thing is though, Haaland and Mbappé both won their respective leagues last season, and got eliminated from the Champions League with their respective teams at the same stage. However, Mbappé might have a slight edge due to Haaland's absence from the Euros. The Norwegian not being at the Euros meant he couldn't build up his resume for the Ballon d'Or. International competitions like the World Cup and Euros have a way of deciding a Ballon d'Or winner in that year. While Mbappé didn't do too well at the Euros, at least he had 1 or 2 highlights. As for his rival, some people still don't consider Haaland a proper footballer because he doesn't fit the pure football talk that is everywhere these days. I mean, not that it matters. His incredible goal-scoring consistency speaks for itself. He might not beat Mbappé to the Ballon d'Or, but he should definitely be in the conversation. And there's also the Madrid duo Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham that cannot be overlooked. They put up some fantastic performances on their way to winning the Champions League. Mbappé might have to worry about one of his teammates stealing the show. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video from this channel. Thank you.